What's up mga Kokote? It's me, Kuya Kyle, and welcome to Kuwader, where learn is the name of the game. At kung bago pa lang to sa channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe, like, and share buttons for more updates and videos. So we have here our topic for the day. So why do we need to listen? But first of all, punta muna tayo sa ating trivia. So ang trivia natin is, did you know the art of Bambi was inspired by Chinese landscape paintings? Created by the innovative Chinese-born lead artist of the film, Tyrus Wong. The backgrounds in Disney Bambi were inspired by landscape paintings of the Song Dynasty. Even though the film was a critical success, Wong would face discrimination and poverty before finding acclaim once again in the 90s. So, ayun yung trivia natin sa araw na ito, and let's get into our agenda. So, our agenda is knowing the reason of why do we need to listen, importance of the skill of listening, and its use for our daily life. So, wait lang guys. Yan. So, let's get into the topic na. So, itong mga following words na sabihin ko guys, please take note lang kasi hindi siya yung words na basta mo magets pag hindi mo pinakinggan. Parang you need some time to to understand what I am saying para makakomprehend kayo guys. And huwag kayong mag-alala guys, ayusin ko naman yung explanation ko. I just need yung pakikinig nyo para maiwasan natin yung miscommunication or misinterpretation nga ba kumbaga. And yung topic pa naman natin ngayon is sobrang related kasi ito yung importance of listening para pag bili niya kayo ng PowerPoint, hindi lang kayo basta lista. Ayun. Para hindi lang kayo basta-basta nag-take down notes. And ayun lang guys, basta makinig lang tayo and wag tayong magpapa-distract. Focus lang, focus. So, ito na. Why do we need to listen? Listening is a very important skill that we should all possess. Through this, better communication is established. So, mahalaga ito sa daily life mo kasi gagamitin mo ito sa trabaho mo, pakipag-communicate sa boss mo, no? Mga ganung bagay, especially pag may instruction, you need to communicate things. So, as a student, we need to listen for the following reasons. We have 5. To receive information, follow instruction, evaluate information, pleasure, emphasize. So, first, receive information. We need to listen in order to learn. Because through this skill, we can gather additional information that will be helpful in our lives. Listening will also allow us to process relevant knowledge that will definitely build our character. In following instructions, it is very important that we should be able to do the tasks that are required of us. Through listening, we can perform the needed requirements effectively and efficiently. At the same time, following instructions will enable the proper accomplishment of the set goals. Next is to evaluate information. With listening comes critical thinking. Listening allows us to discern the validity of the information we receive and to gauge whether it is true or not. By evaluating the information properly and accurately, the successful flow and transmission of communication will be ensured. Next is for pleasure. We need to listen in order to relax and to unwind. By listening to different forms of media, we are able to enjoy what we want to hear. Moreover, listening for pleasure allows for better understanding of one's self. Lastly is to empathize. To empathize with somebody means to place oneself in the shoes of the other person. We need to listen in order to truly understand what the other person is going through Thus, this is very vital to understand what is being said so that later on, once your opinion is out, you will be able to react on it. So, in summarization, sa number one, we need to listen in order for us to learn the information, and yung listening skill kasi isa siyang skill na makakatulong sa atin pag na-master natin siya. Mas ma mas madadalian tayong mag-gather ng mga information, tapos mga information na magiging helpful sa buhay natin. Tapos yung pakikinig kasi it can allow us to have more knowledge on the things that we lack of information, 'di ba? And we also need to choose on what information, on where the information will be coming from. Kasi not all information on the internet are true. Some are false, some are gawa-gawa lang, and some are just straight fake. And then number two, to follow instructions. So, in listening, we need to follow instructions for us to avoid having mistakes. So, it's a common thing na if you don't follow the instruction, that the specific thing will not go on its way, 'di ba? Like hindi siya hindi siya magiging katulad ng dapat magiging siya. Pero um yung following instruction kasi it can be subjective. Minsan kasi following instruction is not good. I mean, not following instruction is sometimes good kasi you can make better things out of it. Pero if needed not to follow, or if needed if needed to follow a certain instruction, just go follow it. To evaluate information, of course, when you gather information, you need to evaluate things. Hindi mo lang siya basta dapat i-gather, dapat alam mo siya kung paano mo siya i-validate, 'di ba? Paano mo siya i-receive, paano mo siya ibibigay, ganon. And for pleasure, yun, para ma-relax tayo and ma-unwind, and for emphasize, para malaman natin yung nararamdaman ng isang tao. So, we have here stages in listening. So, the 5 stages in listening is, first, we hear what is said, and then, but hearing is useless unless we listen. So, as we listen, we select those details that seem to be important. Thus, we consider the material we have selected, review it in our minds, decide it on its value, pass judgment on its validity, see whether it has any meaning for us, and arrange it for further use. And lastly, we attempt to reproduce it in a notebook, in a talk, in a conversation, or within a friend, or in a recitation classroom. So that's all for our topic. Thank you for listening. This is your Kuya Kal, and I'm signing out. Subscribe to my channel, which is Ramsey TV.